Hello and welcome back to Starmade. My name is Rabenschild and we are playing on the Squadron server. This Thursday, Shine hit us with a new update and I was not able to play a lot in the meantime, but one thing this update brought us were not only, I think, bug fixes and some performance upgrades, but also the shipyards. I am... I've put a lot of work into building this shipyard, and now I'm shocked that I can't use it anymore, or don't need to use it anymore. It would even be foolish to use this one. I need to find a nice new design for this one. And I might keep this structure, but build it out and kind of build two shipyards or maybe more later on the sides here. Problem is the shipyards have to be long because I want to, this time I want to be able to bring the dread into one of my shipyards, and so I need to take some measurements of the ships and then see how wide and how long they need to be and how high. This ship turned out to be very, very wide, and this ship is because it has this tower down here, or this pillar down here, it is very high. And so I need to have a shipyard that is not only wide, it also needs to be high and then long. This is over 400 meters long. I think this is only 200, but we have a problem with it. That's a thing I'm not too fond of, but let us talk about this. The new shipyards work with a system where the core of the ship gets locked into into place to anchor it into the shipyard. With the removal of the core kind of being the central axis of the ship, where the ship turns over, what we kind of took with this ship, and we have put the core here, so it in the past turned over this axis kind of. This ship has the core in the front because there was no need to have the core in the center of the ship anymore, or close to the center, let's say it that way, because it now has a center of mass where it turns over kind of. And that makes a problem for the shipyards, because the shipyards need to be, for this ship, need to be crazy long now, because the shipyard kind of should have the anchor point somewhere in the middle. So ships that have the have the core in the middle now can kind of center themselves in the shipyard. And the problem with this ship is it would then, if I would make it if I would have it in the middle and it is not long enough, it just sticks out in the back. And it now is not necessary to put the core in the middle of your ship anymore, but it is better for you. So keep that in mind. If you build ships, still keep the core in the middle of the ship if you build long, big ships. Because for having a shipyard, it is easier to... For this ship, I would need kind of double the size of shipyard, because if I have the anchor point somewhere in the middle of the shipyard, it needs to be on both sides over 200 meter long. And that's what we have to build. We will have to build a 200-meter long shipyard now, and find a nice design later. I think I will build it structurally now and then find a nice design for it later. We will see how this works out. So I will grab some materials, go and buy some stuff, and then we can start to build our shipyard, I would say. One nice thing I noticed is the build block changed. That's a neat, nice structure. I will have to get used to it because I knew that I had a build block here, but the design changed so much that I kind of missed it here. Okay, we should start down here somewhere. I want to have this whole shipyard kind of structurally integrated into this thing. We will maybe start somewhere here with a long arm that reaches out there. And what I want to do is I want to be able to build into the thing structures where I could have maybe not tunnels, but corridors in there, so we can move along the ship, take a look at it, maybe have some higher up viewing rooms or something like that, planning rooms, to be able to plan out how the ship needs to be designed or something like that. I again, this is just material to strengthen the story, kind of. I will not go with, or maybe no, I will not go with symmetry mode here or something like that. I will just go with this side, and don't know, later maybe copy it over to this side or something like that, because it would be neat to have two shipyard structures on this side. The problem will be that I will have to evaluate how I want to have my station to look, because the station should have been very, very big, but now it kind of gets belittled by this shipyard. Then later the shipyard will have to be 400-500 meters long here, and I'm not sure how to do that yet. Maybe 600, and the whole structure is only, this whole thing is only 900 long, so I will have to kind of beef up the design of the station too. But we will come to that later. Let me remove this. I kind of can integrate the whole thing into this structure. Again, I want to make an arm that comes straight from here. Let's see what we can do about this. I want to have structures kind of similar like this, maybe sticking out here, and then have a bit of room between the structures here. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then another of these arms. I would say to again give it should have a very beefy look, because if you just go with the normal blocks, it would be very, very thin, very, very fragile, I would think. And with the space in between, we can have walkways in there and something like that, storages, airlocks, all that we need for yeah, for access to the ships we have in our shipyards. Let's start by oh, someone beefed up the the amount of. Oh, that's neat. 4080. Let's just see how long we can go here. 48, 120, 160. Did I miss it now? I will just go and have it measured out later. I will have to see how that works out. I think I'm making a mistake by starting here, because if we start with the structure where we lock the shipyard to, I think that would be better. Let us do that here. One thing I want to do is I want to have a certain amount of space between the shipyard arms. This shipyard needs to be U-shaped, kind of, and it kind of, yeah, it's U-shaped like a claw, and there needs to be distances, a certain amount of distance between the shipyard arms, and we will have to measure that out in a second. Let me work a bit, and I will come to you, back to you, when I have some measurements done. It is the best that someone upped the amount of blocks we can place here. I hope the server doesn't crash and this reverts back or something like that. Because what I can do now is I want to have a certain space between the arms, the kind of the anchor points for the shipyard arms, and I want to have it 29 blocks, because I like to work with odd numbers in these blocky building games, and so 29 odd number, and it kind of has the arms every 30th spot. And what I can just do now is I can set this to 29, make a spot, then have that is bad, then go and place a normal block, go back to my thing here, 29, so 30. I can just do this, I think. Oh, something is happening here. I don't know what, but I'm alone, so nobody can get into trouble with lag or something like that. So this is the first arm, then 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. I would like to be able to just go and, can I do it this way? Yeah, this way works out, so I don't have to change my blocks all the time. I need a certain length. We will just count in a second how long this now is. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270, 300. We will have to go longer than this. All under the assumption it is meters. 330, 360, 390, 420, 450, 480. What do we have here? 4, 5, 10. Let us see another thing that I wanted to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we will need another one to make one of these points the middle, I think. So let me place some more blocks down. And we will make another line down there, and then this should work out. I will just place the blocks one by one. And see where the end is then. Okay, let's try it. Come on. Okay, placed. That should be it for now, I think. So this will be one arm. This, and this. Let me find the middle. And then we will place the shipyard arms. Okay, I have located the middle of the whole structure. And what we will do now is place the computer, the shipyard computer. This is to kind of to make it a shipyard. It's not so hard, but what you can do from here is then start to place shipyard modules. I had some, and I don't know. Oh, I have them here. And what I will have to do with them is I will have to make a U shape that kind of goes up and over and down and over. Both of the U arms have to be exactly the same length. What I will have to find out is how high do I have to go up. You can see that I kind of have marked again all these points. There will be the U arms, and what I now will do is get a few measurements and then come back to you, place the U arms and place the anchor in it, and then we might be able to bring this ship into the shipyard and finish it in there. We will have to see. So I told you all that stuff already, but I was not recording, so I will have to go back to that. In the meantime, I finished this structure. The server went down, came back with a lot more options in build mode. Let me show that to you. We can now go up to 50 and not to 40. And in the meantime, I finished this. I had to do that in silence and not while recording because, again, the server broke up my recording and I was not in the mood to record then anymore. And I kind of needed to count this and recount and do and redo because I did it wrong the first time. And so now I hope everything's right. And I'm recording, yes. Yes, I'm recording everything, so that's good. Let me show you the anchor. That's a thing I placed in the last recording. I will not pull that out again. I hope you're okay with me. But this anchor is kind of the thing that anchors the ship in the shipyard. So it anchors the core of the ship. So wherever your core is, there it anchors the ship, kind of. And I couldn't see in build mode arrows to kind of align it and see where the direction is. One thing I can tell you is it seems this arrow here on top, or the A or whatever shape this is, shows also how it is aligned. And the alignment I have here makes it so that the core or the front of the ship points to the station, and it is the right side up, kind of. So let me show that to you. What you do is you bring the ship in and then just use one of your docking modules. I have the one that points down. It doesn't, it is, yeah, it doesn't matter where the docking module is. You just point it towards the shipyard anchor. You just dock, and then it is docked in, and you can see it is docked in kind of where the anchor was is now your ship core. Let me get out of here again. One thing that I can show you in build mode is, and that's a neat thing, because these shipyards, when they are big and all that stuff, you may just miss. Let me go over there. I don't know where I ended up there, but at one point, don't know, I hit escape or something like that. One thing these shipyards do, and that's a really neat thing, is they inform you if something is wrong. Let me show that to you, just so you see it once. By the way, all these blocks, the shipyard, how are they called? The shipyard modules and the shipyard core anchor need to be connected to the shipyard computer. Keep that in mind so you don't make any mistakes there. So if the structure is invalid, it tells you, and it even tells you what to do. So if you didn't have placed the core anchor, it tells you the shipyard needs a core anchor, place it somewhere in the structure and connect it to the computer. So I have it in the exact middle of the future shipyard here. You can see by now I only have these two segments, and I want to make it so that I have more than these two segments. That's why I went with a symmetry mode. I can just go in now and hopefully copy one of the sides or so, and then kind of copy it in again and again and again. Good people. But I think that is all for today. I spent a lot of time now building this thing, and I think I will end it for now. We'll build a bit more, and in the future we can make a nice structure around it. I want to park one of the ships in here, maybe this one. We will not be able to do that this time. Maybe in the next episode or so we can take the ship out of dock and park it into the new and real dock. Okay, people, I hope you liked the episode. If you liked it, then please leave a like. If you are new to the channel, then consider subscribing. Leave a comment, that's always appreciated, and I hope to see you in the next video. See ya, guys.